everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the weekly tarot reading for the sign of Libra. Please keep in mind, it is a general reading, so it may not apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this week's reading in regards to your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. So do take a look at your natal chart, see the corresponding zodiac signs, and see which video's title resonates for you most. Now, when it comes to the spread, I will be pulling some quick fire messages using the Quantum and the Moonology decks. We'll then get some tarot messages using the Tarot de la Nuit deck. And then if needed, I'll pull some confirmations from the angel answers at the end. So let's dive straight into your reading, Libra. So just while I shuffle your cards again, I want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to have your continued support, so thank you so much for being a part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget the notifications bell so you're informed of when your next set of readings goes up on the channel. If you'd like a personal reading, you can find the link in the description box. Alright, so from the Quantum Oracle, you have two cards here. So the first one is Optimism. Alright, interesting. And the second card is Planning and Action in Reverse. Okay. So what I'm getting immediately, what came to mind immediately with these energies for me, is that you're releasing and surrendering your control issues. Okay, it's kind of like you're choosing to surrender to the divine. You're surrendering your desires, your wishes, your manifestations. It's like you're vocalizing them to the universe and you're handing it over. You're placing it in the capable hands of the divine, and knowing that those energies will align at the right time. So rather than stressing over how you can best, enforce your will and make things happen for yourself, it's a case of you're doing your part, and where the rest of it needs to come into play, you're just surrendering that over. So that's actually a very positive thing. I feel like it's not that you're just, forgetting any plans that you had and just pretending that, it's just going to manifest without you doing any work or aligning yourself with those things. No, it's just rather than forcing things to happen, you're just kind of surrendering your will. Well, not you're surrendering your will, surrendering these wishes to the universe, working on yourself, ensuring that you are in true alignment, and then seeing how things unfold. So that's very positive. Okay. So let's go to the Moonology deck now and see what the divine guidance is for you here. So let's see. Wow, I didn't even get to ask anything first. I love it when the messages come in first. Nice. Okay, so you have two cards from the Moonology deck. You have Full Moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches, and you also have New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. So this is it, okay? This perfectly summarizes what I've just been saying, Libra. You may have some strong earth placements, or you may be, dealing with some earth signs at this time. But I feel like this is more just the general energy. This is about, practicality, wish fulfillment, things happening in the 3D. And as opposed to concerning yourself with the details, as much as of course you have to be aware of them, rather than forcing things to come into play when the timing is not right, it's like you're trusting that things that have been stagnating, that have been serving as obstacles or challenges, in your life will soon come to a head, okay? That you've been taking the necessary steps, and whatever it is that you feel you're unable to control, you're just surrendering that, okay? You're giving that over to the divine rather than, forcing it into place, as I was saying before. So for this is just more confirmation. So the divine really do want you to just hand over your burdens at this point. It's asking you to just keep taking those steps, but knowing also when to take a step back and let the universe handle those kinks, okay? Amazing. Because there are certain outside variables that need to kind of be smoothed out first, or that need to come into play, that need to be resolved before certain things can come into motion. So those things you won't necessarily have control over. That's where you hand that over to the divine. Amazing. So let's go to the tarot messages now. But I'm liking this so far. It's feeling very just kind of cut and dry. But I'm curious what else maybe we can find out with regards to this situation, or what may be coming towards you at this time. Okay. Yeah, so there is still decisions that need to be made here. So we'll get into that. And I feel like you are in a bit of an assessment period as to how you move forward. Okay. Right, okay, that's very interesting. So we'll get into that now. Okay, so the first card out from the tarot is the Eight of Cups, okay? Water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this is it. I see you detaching from the things you cannot control. It's like, what is the point in stressing myself over the things that are just not in my hands, right? So I'm going to place it into the very capable hands of the divine, and knowing whatever is meant for me will work out, okay? No matter how difficult it may be to hand over the keys, this is the time where it's needed, because I've done my part, okay? At this point, it's out of my hands. It's outside of my control. So rather than upsetting myself that things are maybe not coming together in the way I hoped or in the timing that I hoped, I'm just going to hand it over and trust that things will play out as they need to, that things are about to unfold as they need to. Amazing. So the next card is the Two of Swords, okay? Air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, your energy. So there's that decision, okay? And bearing in mind, it's smack bang in the middle of your spread. So I feel like there is an important decision that still needs to be made with regards to what else you're going to surrender, okay? What else is it that you need to hand over to the divine? Perhaps there's something that... Maybe there's also an element of trust that needs to be demonstrated here, right? Because your fears may be triggered because you're knowing that, you know, there are things that are happening outside of your control. And maybe that's where your fear comes in, and you feel like, you know, I cannot entrust anyone else to ensure this goes smoothly. But maybe that's part of the lesson for you. Maybe that is part of what you need to learn in this situation. That trust is important, especially if you are trying to move something forward in terms of some kind of connection, okay? So, but that's, you know, that's ultimately a decision that you have to make. You know, are you going to trust that things will unfold beautifully and organically and things will move in the direction you want it to go in? Or, you know, are you going to let your fear get the better of you and try and seize control over the situation again, right? Because I feel like if this is pertaining to a love situation, there absolutely is love here, okay? There's no doubt about it. And there is an opportunity for, you know, more love to be presented in the situation. But it does require you to surrender control on some aspects. So that's something you really need to sit with yourself about, okay? And just have that deep introspection as to where these control issues stem from, right? The next card is the Queen of Cups, water energy, specifically associated with Cancer. So you could be dealing with a Cancerian or a Capricorn or a Virgo. We also have, yeah, it's mostly earth and water energy, to be fair, okay? So it could be an earth sign or a water sign that you're dealing with. So, but regardless, right? I feel like this is why you're finding it difficult to surrender control, but you're choosing to do it anyway because you have so much love in this situation, okay? If you are in a relationship, or if there's someone that you're considering being in a relationship with, there's already a lot of love here. And I feel like it's mutual. It's not just on your side, but I can tell that you are already very much emotionally invested. And perhaps that's where the fear element comes in, because you don't want to give your heart away to something that isn't guaranteed to have a positive outcome, right? You want to assure the outcome. But we can never really do that, right? So that's the thing. And that's where you're being asked to give trust to the person you're with, or that you are coming into union with, and have faith, right? With this optimism card, think positively, okay? If they've not given you any reason to doubt them, why doubt them? Okay. If they have given you reason to doubt them, then that's something you'll need to discuss with them. But I feel like you're being encouraged to surrender those control issues and those fears. Next card is the Seven of Pentacles, okay? Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like you're both willing to put the work into this situation, okay? You've both already, like I said, there's already been some form of investment, definitely emotionally, possibly even materially. You know, if you guys have been in a relationship for some time, maybe you're considering taking that next step, maybe moving in together, you know, sharing resources in some shape or form. And that's something that you're still very much on the fence about because, you know, of this fear, right? Or this uncertainty. But I feel like, you know, you've already come such a long way. You've already learned so many valuable lessons. And I feel like your person has as well, okay? So there is also an element of needing to trust yourselves, okay? That you can make informed decisions because you've already learned so much from past situations. And that you have everything you need to get things moving forward, right? But there is an element of also certain variables do need to play out. I do get a sense that there are things externally or things outside of the connection that may have been a hindrance, right? Or delaying certain things from unfolding or the connection truly coming together. And if that's the case, then you need to give it a bit of time as well, okay? And just trust that, you know, when it's the right time, you can then take that next step. The next card is the Ace of Cups, okay? So here's that love right here, smack bang in the middle. So this is it. This is the ultimate choice here. Do I take a chance on love or do I allow my fear to let this go? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And no one can make this decision for you. The universe is guiding you to have more faith in the situation, right? But ultimately, it's up to you. I don't know who you're dealing with. I don't know your history, right? I don't know how they're presenting themselves. So I cannot tell you what to do. And it's not my place to do that anyway. But what I can do is guide you with what I'm feeling and seeing here. Because bearing in mind, I read intuitively as well. And what I'm getting is that, you know, you'll be encouraged to give it a chance, okay? Give it time. Because there's a lot of things that are still working out in the, you know, background. And I feel that once those things have been ironed out, once things have kind of been healed, released within yourselves, things are really kind of shifting in your 3D environment as well, that's when you'll have a real opportunity to see just how abundant this connection can be and just how much love is really on the table here, right? Because from what I'm feeling, there will be bucket loads, okay? And the last card here is the Five of Wands, okay? Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So Libra, there is conflict of interest here, okay? And I feel like you're both mirroring each other. There's a conflict of interest, and I think it stems from, you know, kind of being in the mindset too much, even though there is so much emotion involved, okay? Overthinking things, perhaps not seeing things in the same way, you know, different perceptions, different opinions, okay? Difference in opinion. Maybe even like some language barriers or a barrier in communication, you know, you have a different way of communicating from one another. So perhaps there's misunderstandings that take place as well. But all of these things can be overcome when there's a willingness to overcome it, right? When there's a willingness to work on the communication aspect. And I do feel like, again, you are both dealing with things in your life separately, okay? And that's also playing a role. So I feel like it's important that you do open up as well about some of the challenges you're facing, just so each other is aware that, you know, it's not all about what's going wrong in the connection, or, you know, that it's not being projected on each other, because I feel like it's not even really about each other. It's just you both have some things that you need to work through. You both have some things that you have to overcome in your 3D, and you both have to exercise a bit more faith and trust that this can come together, okay? But the love is certainly there. There's no doubt about that. You know, I can see that very clearly. So again, communication is going to be key here, and I think if you can work on that, you have very little to be worried about. So, okay, let's get an angel answers for you. just some last minute messages in case there's anything else that needs to be relayed here. So is there anything else that Libra needs to be aware of with regards to their connection with their person? Is there anything else Libra needs to be made aware of that can help, too many cards, that can help put their mind at ease? Yeah. So you have 2 cards here. Yeah, let go. Let go of those control issues. Let go of the burdens. Let go of your fears, okay? And you also have a peaceful resolution. So even if there has been some kind of conflict, some drama, maybe a disagreement, whatever took place, it can be resolved, okay? And I feel like it will be, as long as you're both prepared to sit down and just talk very openly and honestly from the heart and not let your fear or ego get in the way. So I hope that helps. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget to hit the notifications bell. And yeah, we'll see if this energy comes up in your next reading. I never know what's going to come up, so we'll just see. But you've got this, Libra, okay? This is nothing outside of your ability to manage, okay? So sending you guys lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.